Namaste to all. Ram Ram Ram. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejas Vinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Namaste. Today we continue Bhagavad Gita, the 18th Adhyaya. Let's quickly revise last class. Last class we did 51 to 60, right? Kalpagamji.
Yes. Namaste.
Namaste.
Buddhya visuddhaya yuktaha dhrityatmanam niyamya cha sabdhadin visayam styaktva ragadvesau vyudasya cha.
Pronunciation is not right. Second line.
Sabdhadin visayam styaktva ragadvesau vyudasya cha.
Vyudasya cha.
Vyudasya cha.
Tal, the. Vyudasya cha.
Vyudasya cha. Viviktasevi lagvashi yatavakkaya manasaha dhyana yoga paro nityam vairagyam samupasritaha ahankaram balam tarpam tarpam
Tal, the.
ahankaram balam darpam kamam krodham parigraham vimuchya nirmama shantaha brahma bhuyaya kalpate brahma bhuta prasannatma na shochati na kankshati samas sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labhathe param bhaktya mamapi janati yavanyashchasmi tattvataha tato mam tattvato nyatva vishate tadhanantaram sarva karmanyapi sada kurvano matvyapasrayah madvyapasrayah matprasadhatavapnoti shashvatam padhamavyayam.
There is a mistake in the pronunciation of the, and then lot of places where there is no mahapranaha, I am hearing mahapranaha. Okay. For example, matprasadha, there is no dha there.
Matprasadhavapnoti shashvatam padhamavyayam.
Can you read a little slower? We'll see if that reduces the mistakes in the pronunciation. Konjam meduva padikrena.
Okay. Sarva karmanyapi sada kurvano matvyapasrayah madvyapasrayah matprasadhavapnoti shashvatam padhamavyayam.
Better.
Chetasa sarva karmani mayi sanyasya matparaha buddhi yogamupasritya machittah satatam bhava.
Machittah satatam bhava.
Machittah satatam bhava. Machittah sarva durghani matprasadhat tarishyati.
One more time. Sarva durgani. There is no durgani. It is
durgani. Sarva durghani.
Durgani.
Okay. Machittah sarva durghani Matprasadat tarishyasi.
Matprasadat tarishyasi. Prasadat.
Matprasadat tarishyasi. Atha chettvamahankarat nasrosyasi vinangsyasi. Yadahankaramāsritya nayotsya iti manyase. Mityaisha vyavasayaste prakristvam niyoksyati. Swabhavajena kaunteya nibhaddhasvena karmana.
The bha there is not Mahapranaha. Nibaddhas, only the last dha is Mahapranaha.
Nibhaddhasvena karmana kartum nechasi yan mohat karishyasya vasopitate.
Good. You need to focus on the Mahapranaha a little bit more.
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you, Ram.
Thank you, Ram.
Sorry, I had to take a call. Shanti ji said she will be able to repeat today. Ram ji, you can unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Ram. 61. Ishvara sarva bhutanam.
Ishvara sarva bhutanam.
Hriddeshirjuna tishtati.
Hriddeshirjuna tishtati.
Very good. Brahmayan sarva bhutani.
Brahmayan sarva bhutani.
Yantrarudhani mayaya. Ram.
Yantra.
Mute போயிடு. சொல்லுங்க. கேக்குது. சொல்லுங்க.
Second line சொல்லட்டுமா? Brahmayan sarva bhutani yantrarudhani mayaya.
Correct. Ishvara sarva bhutanam hriddeshirjuna tishtati.
Ishvara sarva bhutanam hriddeshirjuna tishtati.
Brahmayan sarva bhutani yantrarudhani mayaya.
Brahmayan sarva bhutani yantrarudhani mayaya.
Tameva sharanam gaccha.
Tameva sharanam gaccha.
Sarva bhavena bharata.
Sarva bhavena bharata.
Tat prasadat param shantim.
Tat prasadat param shantim.
Sthanam prapsyasi shashvatam.
Sthanam prapsyasi shashvatam.
Tameva sharanam gaccha. Sarva bhavena bharata.
Tameva sharanam gaccha. Sarva bhavena bharata.
Tat prasadat param shantim. Sthanam prapsyasi shashvatam.
Tat prasadat param shantim. Sthanam prapsyasi shashvatam.
Very good. Iti te jnanamakyatam.
Iti te jnanamakyatam.
Guhyad guhyataram maya.
Guhyat guhyataram maya.
विमृश्यैतदशेषेण
तदशेषेण
அங்க split is vimrishya etad asheshena. So and the it plus a becomes the there due to a sandhi. So இது வந்து watch பண்ணி we have to pronounce. Vimrishya etad asheshena.
विमृश्यैतदशेषेण
यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु.
यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु
इति ते ज्ञानमाख्यातम् गुह्याद् गुह्यतरं मया.
इति ते ज्ञानमाख्यातं गुह्याद् गुह्यतरं मया.
विमृश्यैतदशेषेण यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु.
विमृश्यैतदशेषेण यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु.
Correct. One more time.
विमृश्यैतदशेषेण यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु.
Correct. Very good. सर्वगुह्यतमं भूयः
सर्वगुह्यतमं भूयः
शृणु मे परमं वचः.
शृणु मे परमं वचः.
इष्टोऽसि मे दृढमिति.
इष्टोऽसि मे दृढमिति.
Very good. ततो वक्ष्यामि ते हितम्.
ततो वक्ष्यामि ते हितम्.
सर्वगुह्यतमं भूयः शृणु मे परमं वचः.
सर्वगुह्यतमं भूयः शृणु मे परमं वचः.
इष्टोऽसि मे दृढमिति ततो वक्ष्यामि ते हितम्.
इष्टोऽसि मे दृढमिति ततो वक्ष्यामि ते हितम्.
मन्मना भव मद्भक्तः.
मन्मना भव मद्भक्तः.
मद्याजी मां नमस्कुरु.
मद्याजी मां नमस्कुरु.
मामे वैष्यसि सत्यं ते.
मामे वैष्यसि सत्यं ते.
प्रतिजाने प्रियोऽसि मे.
प्रतिजाने प्रियोऽसि मे.
मन्मना भव मद्भक्तः मद्याजी मां नमस्कुरु.
मन्मना भव मद्भक्तः मद्याजी मां नमस्कुरु.
मामे वैष्यसि सत्यं ते प्रतिजाने प्रियोऽसि मे.
मामे वैष्यसि सत्यं ते प्रतिजाने प्रियोऽसि मे.
करेक्ट. सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य.
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य
मामेकं शरणं व्रज.
मामेकं शरणं व्रज.
अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यः
अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यः
मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः.
मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः.
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज.
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज.
अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः.
अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः
idam te na tapaskaya
इदं ते नातपस्काय
na bhaktaya kadachana
ना भक्ताय कदाचन
na cha shushrushave vachyam
न चाशुश्रूषवे वाच्यम्
na cha mam yobhyasuyati
न च मां योऽभ्यसूयति
idam te na tapaskaya na bhaktaya kadachana
इदं ते नातपस्काय न भक्ताय कदाचन
न च शुश्रूषवे वाच्यं न च मां योऽभ्यसूयति
न चाशुश्रूषवे वाच्यं न च मां योऽभ्यसूयति
य इदं परमं गुह्यं
य इदमम sorry य इदममणिजि
य
इदं
इदं करेक्ट
I have imam य
இமமார்க்கு
इदं
இல்லையே பரமம் குஹ்யம் அப்படின்னா இதம் தானே வரணும் இல்லையோ கேன் somebody else confirm
no problem
ஒரு
I'll
நிமிஷம்
correct
நானும் புக் செக் பண்ணுறேன் இமமார்க்கு புக்ல 1 second number 68 imam I think both are there depending on maybe it's a word that has both lingam or kala I have idam both in text and the script we'll go with idam then ya idam paramam guhyam
य इदं परमं गुह्यं
madbhakteshvabhidhasyati
मद्भक्तेष्वभिधास्यति
bhaktim mayi param kritva
भक्तिं मयि परां कृत्वा
mame vaishyatya samshayah
मामे वैष्यत्य संशयः
य इदं परमं गुह्यं मद्भक्तेष्वभिधास्यति
य इदं परमं गुह्यं मद्भक्तेष्वभिधास्यति
भक्तिं मयि परां कृत्वा मामे वैष्यत्य संशयः
भक्तिं मयि परां कृत्वा मामे वैष्यत्य संशयः
न च तस्मान् मनुष्येषु
न च तस्मान् मनुष्येषु
कश्चिन्मे प्रियकृत्तमः
कश्चिन्मे प्रियकृत्तमः
भविता न च मे तस्मात्
भविता न च मे तस्माद्
அங்க இத் ஸ்பிளிட் ஆகுது தஸ்மாத் இது சொன்னாலும் ஓகே தான் பட் இன் ஜெனரல் த ஸ்பிளிட் தேர் இஸ் இத் தஸ்மாத் அன்யஃப் பிரியதரோ புவி
भविता न च मे तस्मात् अन्यः प्रियतरो भुवि
करेक्ट न च तस्मान् मनुष्येषु कश्चिन्मे प्रियकृत्तमः
न च तस्मान् मनुष्येषु कश्चिन्मे प्रियकृत्तमः
भविता न च मे तस्मात् अन्यः प्रियतरो भुवि
भविता न च मे तस्मात् अन्यः प्रियतरो भुवि
अध्येष्यते च य इमम्
अध्येष्यते च य इमम्
धर्म्यं संवादमावयोः
धर्म्यं संवादमावयोः
करेक्ट ज्ञानयज्ञेन तेनाहम्
ज्ञानयज्ञेन तेनाहम्
इष्टस्यामिति मे मतिः
इष्टस्यामिति मे मतिः
अध्येष्यते च य इमं धर्म्यं संवादमावयोः
अध्येष्यते च इमम् अध्येष्यते च य इमम् धर्म्यं संवादमावयोः
ज्ञानयज्ञेन तेनाहम् इष्टस्यामिति मे मतिः
ज्ञानयज्ञेन तेनाहम् इष्टस्यामिति मे मतिः
करेक्ट ट्राई पண்றேனா
फुल ओके
हम्म
61 ईश्वरः सर्वभूतानां हृद्देशेऽर्जुन तिष्ठति भ्रामयन् सर्वभूतानि यन्त्रारूढानि मायया तमेव शरणं गच्छ सर्वभावेन भारत तत्प्रसादात् परां शान्तिं स्थानं प्राप्स्यसि शाश्वतम् इति ते ज्ञानमाख्यातं गुह्याद् गुह्यतरं मया विमृश्यैतदशेषेण यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु
दीर्घमिल्ल
कुरु ओके यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु सर्वगुह्यतमं भूयः शृणु मे परमं वचः इष्टोऽसि मे दृढमिति ततो वक्ष्यामि ते हितम् मन्मना भव मद्भक्तः मद्याजी मां नमस्कुरु मामे वैष्यसि सत्यं ते प्रतिजाने प्रियोऽसि मे सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः इदं ते नातपस्काय नाभक्ताय कदाचन न चाशुश्रूषवे वाच्यम् न चाशुश्रूषवे वाच्यं न च मां योऽभ्यसूयति य इदं परमं गुह्यं मद्भक्तेष्वभिधास्यति भक्तिं मयि परां कृत्वा मामे वैष्यत्य संशयः न च तस्मान् मनुष्येषु कश्चिन्मे प्रियकृत्तमः भविता न च मे तस्मात् अन्यः प्रियतरो अन्यः प्रियतरो भुवि अध्येष्यते च य इमं धर्म्यं संवादमावयोः ज्ञानयज्ञेन तेनाहम् इष्टस्यामिति मे मतिः
वेरी गुड एक्सेलेंट राम जी थैंक यू सो मच
थैंक यू राम
okay we will do 51 to 60 quick summary. I know Shanti ji is so sweet, yeah? Her voice is always honey. I love her Mahapranaha pronunciation. Anybody who can summarize 51 to 60?
கேக்குறதா?
Chalo.
Slogam 51 லேந்து 53. One becomes fit to attain the Brahman when he or she possesses a purified intellect and firmly restrains the senses, abandoning sound and other objects of the senses, keeping aside attraction and aversion. Such a person relishes solitude, eats lightly, controls body, mind, and speech, is ever engaged in meditation and practices dispassion, that is shantam, free from egotism, that is ahankaram, violence, arrogance, desire, possessiveness of property, and selfishness. Such a person situated in tranquility. Tranquility means அமைதியில் நிலைத்து இருப்பவர். Such a person situated in tranquility is fit for union with Brahman. That is realization of the absolute truth. 54. One situated in the transcendental Brahman realization becomes mentally serene, neither grieving nor desiring, being equitably disposed towards all living beings. That is samamaha iruppavar. Such a yogi attains supreme devotion unto me. That is உயர்ந்த பக்தியை அடைகிறார். Slogam 55. Only by loving devotion to me does one come to know who I am in truth. Having come to know me, my devotee enters into full consciousness of me. Slogam 56. My devotees, though performing all kinds of actions, take full refuge in me. By my grace, they attain the eternal and imperishable abode. Slogam 57. Dedicate your every activity to me, making me your supreme goal. Taking shelter of the yoke of the intellect. அதாவது புத்தியின் யோகத்தில் அடைக்கலம் பெற்று. Taking shelter of the yoke of the intellect. Keep your consciousness absorbed in me always. உனது உணர்வை எப்பொழுதும் என்னிடத்தில் நிலைநிறுத்திக்கொள். Slogam 58. If you always remember me, Bhagavan says, if you always remember me, by my grace, you shall overcome all obstacles and difficulties. But if, due to pride, you do not listen to my advice, you will perish. You will perish. 59. If motivated by pride, that is perumai, if motivated by pride, you think, I shall not fight, your decision will be in vain.
Correct.
Your own nature will compel you to fight. Slogam 60. O Arjun, that action which out of delusion, that is maya, action which out of delusion you do not wish to do, you will be driven to do it by your own inclination, born of your own material nature. அதாவது உன்னுடைய இயற்கை சக்தியால் உருவாகும் அந்த போக்குனால நீ ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா நீ செய்வ அப்படின்னு சொல்ற.
Correct. And the nature, swabhava, leads to the swadharma, and that will automatically that is what will finally happen. Very nice. Thank you so much, Mama. As always, spot on. Just give me a second. I'll just grab a glass of water. Okay, so since he mentioned Maya, which is delusion, he is going to talk little bit more, but in just high level, because he's spoken quite a bit about how in all the beings, it's nothing but Bhagavan's creation, and that's who he is. So so it's actually tasmat, but because of sandhi, it becomes tasmad anya. So it becomes tasmad anya. The root word is tasmat. $69, yeah. Okay, so we'll go to 61 and 62. Ishvaraha sarvabhutanam hriddeshe Arjuna tishtati Brahmayan sarvabhutani yantra arudhani mayaya. So he talks about Maya here. He says Bhagavan is there in the heart of every person. Sarvabhutanam hriddeshe, in hridayam, in the heart of all the beings. Ishvaraha tishtati. Bhagavan basically is there, stands. And then Brahmayan sarva bhutani. Brahmayati means having, causing it to revolve. Sarva bhutani. Yantra, it's as though because of Maya, we feel that we are all operating by ourselves, mounted on a machine. However, it is nothing but Maya that makes us feel that way. So we can think of it in two different ways as I perceive it. So Bhagavan is the one who makes everything revolve. Brahmayan, Sarva Bhutani Brahmayan. He is the one who makes everything revolve, everything function, everything exist in this prapancha. It makes us, he makes it, because of Maya, we feel like all the beings are like individual, and they all have their own machine or instrument that makes them perform actions. But at the end of the day, it is Bhagavan who is there in each of the being. Sarva Bhutanam hriddeshe, hey Arjuna, Ishvaraha tishtati. Bhagavan is the one who is there. Sarva Bhutani Brahmayan. So all the beings, making them revolve as though yantra arudhani, as though they are like a yantra, like a machine, and it is reflected that way because of Maya, which is delusion. That is also created by Bhagavan. That Maya is also created by Bhagavan. Therefore, he says, whatever work you do, you take refuge in me. Tam eva sharanam gaccha sarva bhavena bharata tat prasadat param shantim sthanam prapsyasi shashvatam. So he says, surrender completely to me. You take sharanam to me. How? With complete faith, with all our heart. Tam eva sharanam gaccha. Gaccha means you go, sharanam gaccha, you basically surrender. Sarva bhavena, completely, without any hesitation. Bharata, he is addressing Arjuna here. And because of that, what will we get? Tat prasadat. We will basically get the anugraham of Bhagavan. And because of that anugraham, what will we gain? We will get param shantim, supreme peace, the greatest peace one can experience. And we also get a permanent sthanam. Shashvatam is permanent. Sthanam is place, which is the supreme or the eternal abode. Prapsyasi means that person gets. So surrender to me completely with all your heart, O Arjuna. And when you do that, when we completely surrender, you get my blessing. And through the blessing, what do you get? You get the greatest peace. You get the eternal abode, the Bhagavan's abode. That person will basically get it. It is understood. He is basically addressing Arjuna. Tvam prapsyasi, tvam gaccha. you surrender to me completely. When you do that, O Arjuna, with all your heart, you will get my blessing. And through that blessing, you will experience peace. You will reach the eternal sthanam, the eternal abode. So what is the reality? We've already touched upon this in the Rajaguhya Raja Vidya Yoga chapter. So he says, iti te jnanam akhyatam guhyat guhyataram maya vimrishya etat asheshena, which is completely yatha ichasi tatha kuru. So he says this truth, that the ultimate reality or the ultimate truth, which is considered to be secret because people do not understand it. It is a secret not because it is not revealed. It is difficult to understand. It is so profound that we feel that we are not capable of understanding it. So, guhyat, guhyataram means it is profound of everything which is the profoundest. So, the highest order of being profound. So, that kind of jnanam has been explained to you. By who? By me, Maya. By me, Krishna is explaining himself, Maya. And then he says, Vimrishya, means you sit and think about it. How should you think about it? Asheshena. You don't think about it in bits and pieces. You think about it completely. And then, yatha ichasi, as you want, tatha kuru. So you do. So if we reflect it the right way and we understand it the right way, what we would want is what Bhagavan has told us. So indirectly, he is saying, it's like, that's what he says. But if Arjuna reflects on it the right way, then he will act the right way. Whatever the highest jnanam is there, I have given to you. I have told you. And you need to sit and think about it. And after thinking about it, as you want to do, you do. But if he has understood what Krishna has said, if Arjuna has understood it, then he will act upon it the right way. Free will is exercising. Raji is asking, is he talking about free will? Not necessarily. I think here, in my understanding, he's saying that when you think about it completely, what Arjuna will want is the right thing. Even without free will, if he understood what Krishna has talked about in these 17 chapters, then whatever Arjuna would want to do will be the right thing to do. There is no question of even exercising free will there. He will just know what he needs to do. It will be extremely evident if he thinks about it completely, which is why Krishna says, think about it completely. I have told you the greatest truth. I've given you the greatest jnanam. Now, sit quietly and think about it. And after you think about it, do as you wish. But at the end of the day, you can just take, I think even after we read Bhagavad Gita, even after, we learn Vedanta, at the end of the day, if we want to practice it, or if we practice it, the understanding has to be right. There is no, if we don't understand it the right way, then we will not be able to practice it the right way. So whatever spiritual text we read, we learn, we internalize, we want to practice, at the end of the day, we'll be able to practice only if we understand it the right way. And of course, we always talk about the gap that constantly exists between the learning and implementation. So I think here indirectly Krishna might also be talking about, and that's just my guess here, talking about, okay, now that you have learned it, if you have learned it the right way, then you will implement it the right way. Shekhar Mahodaya is asking, if he is asking Arjuna to make a decision, I don't think he is asking Arjuna to make a decision. I think Krishna kind of wants to know whether Arjuna has truly understood the teaching. If he has truly understood the teaching, what Arjuna would want is what it would be the right thing to do. So that's why he says, you think about it fully and then do what you want. If he has truly thought about what Krishna has taught, then what Arjuna would want is the right thing to do. There is no question of making a decision here at all. Then, of course, at many places before, Krishna has directly ordered Arjuna. Now, pick up your ayudham and you fight. Don't think about killing your own kith and king. Just get up and fight. Don't think about what will happen to their shariram. Their shariram is not who they are. So get up and fight. So don't even question doing swadharma. As a Kshatriya, this is your swadharma and you need to do it. So get up and fight. So Krishna has told in many instances earlier where he is not, it's not like Krishna doesn't want to order him, because Krishna has ordered. He has told him, forget everything, this is your duty now. Stop whining and just go and fight. He has told pretty much in those words. So it's not like Krishna doesn't want to be the person who is in the sthanam of Guru and doesn't want to order. He wants Arjuna to kind of like self-realize everything. No, I think in my opinion, Krishna has taught everything. If Arjuna understood this, then he would do what the right thing is. There is no two way about it. I think Krishna wants to see that whatever Arjuna has learned, he has understood it correctly. So he will do the right thing. So here he continues along the same lines. Sarva guhya tamam bhuyah shrunume paramam vachah ishtaha asi me dhridam iti tataha vakshyami te hitam. So he says, I would tell you what is the ultimate truth, the ultimate jnanam, which is the most profound. And why am I telling you this? Because you are the kind of person, ishta means I have that liking towards you. And why do I have that liking towards you? Because you are dhrida, you are steadfast. So therefore, hitam means I will tell you what is good for you. He has already told what is good for Arjuna, but he is kind of reiterating. So this highest kind of knowledge, I just don't go around throwing these valuables to everybody who is there around us. I don't do that. I am telling you, paramam vachaha, the greatest words I am basically saying, and you listen to it. And why am I telling this to you? Because you're very dear to me. Why are you dear to me? Because you have that dhridata, you have that steadfastness. And therefore, it is because I like you for who you are and the qualities you possess, I am going to tell you what is good for you. Again, like I said, the 18th is kind of, in case Arjuna has slept in between after all these shlokas, it's kind of a wake-up call for him to say that, okay, in case you missed parts here and there, let me do a final summary kind. Manmana bhava mad bhaktaha madhyaji mam namaskuru mam eva eshyasi satyam te pratijane priyaha asi. So he says, what is it that I want you to do? I want your mind to be completely fixed on me. Manmana bhava. Your mind should be on me. Mad bhaktaha, your bhakti should be onto me. Madhyaji, whatever kind of sacrifice or renunciation you do it with complete devotion to me, onto me. Mam namaskuru, whatever salutations you offer it to me. And then he says, then if you do in such a way, Mam Ashyasi, so you shall come to me, you shall basically reach me. That is the ultimate truth. That is my satyam te. I am making you a promise. That I am not making this up. If you do everything, fixing your mind onto me with complete devotion towards me, whatever you sacrifice thinking of me to me, you do namaskaram to me, I am promising you that you will finally come to me. And why am I telling this to you? Because I am promising this will happen because priyaha asi. So you are very dear to me. So it's kind of like a mother to a child, right? If you really want the child to listen to something, especially in this generation, if you say it in strong words, the child will only rebel. You have to kind of like sugarcoat and say, you know what, will Amma tell you something which is not good for you? I am going to tell you because you are only going to benefit. If you do something else, you are going to get hurt, or it is going to have repercussions, and it will be hard for us to go through. So whatever we are saying, we have to kind of say in a very kind way. And he says, you are very dear to me, Arjuna. So whatever you do, completely thinking of me, surrendering to me, I'm promising you that at the end of it, you will come to me. Next one is the shloka we are all familiar. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Aham tva sarva papebhyah mokshayishyami ma shuchah. So what is it that we want to do? Sarva dharman parityajya. Urimai is one aspect. I think he is reiterating that I have good intent towards you, Arjuna. I am not causing trouble. I have good intent towards you. Na Netsamave, you are very dear to me. So that's why I am telling that you I'm asking you to do all this. Sometimes, I mean, in relationships, it's so important that the intent is sometimes explicitly stated, right? When somebody says something, are they saying it for our benefit, or are they saying it to get us into trouble? So I think even Krishna has to reiterate to Arjuna. So he says, Sarva Dharman Parityaja. So here he is talking about surrendering all actions, but not Swadharma. He's talking more about renunciation of the fruits of actions. This is something that we have to keep in mind. So when he says, you give up dharma, you give up Swadharma, it is not that give up all the actions and be actionless. That's not possible. And we have seen it in this chapter as well. What he says is, you do everything surrendering to me. You don't think about the fruits of the actions. So, parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. You completely surrender onto me. So, what will I do in return? Sarva papebhyah aham tva mokshayishyami. I will relieve you of all the sins and I will grant you moksha. I will liberate you. Ma shuchaha. Do not be confused or do not grieve about it. Do not be worried about it. Just do your duty. Whatever actions you do not thinking about the fruits of the actions. In fact, that's how he starts the 18th chapter, where he talks about, just one second, Varshinima. He talks about there is a difference in the type of renunciation, and he reiterates that having this shariram, it is not possible to it is not possible to renounce the actions completely. But what we can do is we can renounce the fruits of the actions. So do your Swadharma, do it as per your Varna, but don't be worried about the consequence. Completely surrender to me. When you do this, I will relieve you of all the sins and I will liberate you. I will grant you moksha. And don't even worry about it. Don't grieve about it. And he says the most profound truth, the jnana that we have discussed, that I have stated, be careful about whom you tell this. Very, very important. So he says, idam te na atapaskaya, atapaskaya, na abhaktaya kadachana, nacha ashrushrushave vachyam, nacha mam yaha abhya suyati. Asuyati means somebody who speaks ill. So he says anybody who does not follow tapa, which is does not follow austerity, anybody who does not show devotion towards me, na abhaktaya, and anybody who does not perform service, sushrusham means service. These words should not be shared, should not be told to anybody who falls in these categories. The austerity is very important because that is what keeps one in this path in a steadfast manner. So, idam te, this should be never spoken. Tapaskaya, tapaha is austerity. So, anybody who does not do austerity, don't tell that person. Na abhaktaya, don't tell to somebody who does not show devotion. Kadachana, never. And then nacha Shushrushave, the one who does not perform service. Vachyam means these words. Definitely not to one who speaks ill of me. Asuyati. The one who speaks ill of me. We can kind of argue this, but I think just like he says, Danam, Yajnam, Tapaha, these all, that patram is very important, right? We saw that in the previous chapter. So when these are performed, we need to understand the status of it. So similarly, I think don't waste your time trying to speak to somebody who does not have these qualities. But then if one has an open mind, I do not have liking, I do not have dislike. I am neutral. To such people, having this conversation might open a new world to them, which is how, Gita, which is where Bhagavad Gita comes into picture. So sometimes we don't know anything, but we are open to learning. So Krishna is not talking about those people. I might not be showing like full devotion now, but I have something. I am not that steadfast, but you know what? I am not that bad also. I don't speak ill of Krishna. I have some bhakti towards him, but it's not at the level of, a completely devoted person who does everything offering to Krishna. I'm not at that level. So for such a person, Bhagavad Gita will be life-changing. We can speak. I think we all fall under that category, right? When we learn from a guru, when we learn Bhagavad Gita, we are all there somewhere at the bottom of the step. We are not on the opposite side. We are on this side, except that we are trying to climb the stairs and reach him. Now, he is talking about people who are in the opposition party. If you talk to them, you are only going to waste time. It is up to them to realize whether they want to come to this side of the table. They are still there on the other side. So when one teaches Bhagavad Gita, what do they get? So, yaha idam paramam guhyam mad bhakteshu abhidhasyati bhaktim mai param kritva mam eva eshyati asamshayah. There is no doubt that a person who teaches Bhagavad Gita with supreme devotion, what does he teach? This paramam guhyam, this profound jnanam. When he does that with complete bhakti, mai bhaktim, with complete devotion, param bhaktim, greatest devotion, he definitely shall come to me. There is asamshayah, there is no doubt at all. He says, be careful about whom you teach this, but when you teach with complete devotion, this greatest and the most profound jnanam, which is Bhagavad Gita, then no doubt that person will definitely reach me. And what status does that person get? Na cha tasmat manushyeshu kaschit me priyakrittamaha bhavita na cha me tasmat anyaha priyataraha bhuvihi. There is nobody who is more dearer to me than that person who is able to explain this greatest jnanam, understanding it, and who is able to explain this greatest knowledge, and who is able to share this to other beings, other humans. So, manushyeshu, among men, there is nobody priyakrittamaha, dearer to me. And then there is nobody who will on earth who will be dearer to me. That is what he says. The priyakrittamaha is the greatest, the person who does that service. So that is the greatest service, and the person who is doing it will be the most dearest to Krishna. Bhuvi is earth, on earth. So tasmat manushyeshu priyakrittamaha, the most dearest seva that you can do for Krishna. And that person will be the priyataraha manushyaha, the greatest sevaka. Where? On this earth. So it is not enough that we learn. It is also important that we, whatever we learn, we teach, we share, we do it as a group, and we try to elevate ourselves. If we do that, which is why Gita chanting has profound status in a lot of groups that are related to Sanatana Dharma. So you will see that lot of these organizations promote Bhagavad Gita. Whatever activity that they do, there is always one piece that is tied to Bhagavad Gita, because Krishna has clearly said that a person who does this, the teaching, and of course, when after we become a student and after we learn, we can start teaching to other people as well. And one such person will be very dear to him, and that is the greatest seva one can do. But be cautious about what you do. Don't waste your time on somebody who speaks ill about me, who does not do tapa, who does not show bhakti, because you are just going to waste your time and energy. There is always a clause that Krishna says, which is very beautiful. So what is here? He in one word, he beautifully summarizes what this is. Nacha. Oh, we just finished that. So he says samvadaha, avayoho samvadaha. It is just a conversation between you and me, but it gives so much of knowledge. So he says adhyeshyate cha yaha imam dharmyam, the most sacred. Samvadam is basically dialogue. Avayoho, between the two. Jnana yajnena tena aham ishtaha syam iti me matihi. So what is important, that Krishna believes that, he says that is his belief. Me matihi, my belief, my conviction is that the person who reads this Bhagavad Gita, what is this Bhagavad Gita? Dharmyam Samvadam, the most sacred conversation between two people. Who are the two people? Avayoho is two people, Krishna and Arjuna. And when he reads this, it is as though he performs or he is worshipping Krishna through Jnana Yajna. It is that profound. Jnana Yajnena tena aham ishtaha. So he says he is so dear to me, and that is my conviction. So the person who reads Bhagavad Gita, which is the most sacred conversation between us two, between you and me, it is as though he has worshipped me through a yajna, jnana yajna, something, a knowledge, if it is like a knowledge yajna, because so much that person will gain just by reading Bhagavad Gita. Tena aham ishtaha. So ishtaha basically is worshipped here, and it is my strong belief that just reading this and understanding this conversation, that it's equivalent to worshipping through Jnana Yajna. We are at the last set. I think we have 8 more. I'm thinking we will have the master Sampurna chanting the weekend of 20 and 21. I think a lot of regular attendees are here. January 21st is a Sunday, I think. Shall we try that Sunday? I will also post in the group, so it will give us enough time to finish, revise, and we won't be done this week. Next week, I think people will be busy with Pongal. So the week after, I think, should work. I'm thinking that we will do, let me look at the calendar. January 21st, which is a Sunday. We will table it for 21st evening. Maybe we'll start by 3. Sampurna Parayanam will take 3.5 hours. Last week of January, we are traveling in Ushaji. You must have seen the post in the light chanting group. And I have an exam. Oh, 21st, I have an exam. Okay. I have Maukikam. I have a Sanskrit exam to take on 21st. Let me see if it is in the morning. If it is in the morning, then we can do the chanting in the evening. I will confirm. Last week we are last week I have an exam. February also, I think there are a few commitments that I have. January. Okay, I don't want to move too much. We'll keep slipping. I'll just confirm if the Maukikam is in the morning, then we can do the chanting on January 21st in the afternoon. 28th, I'm not available. I have a written exam that day. So 27th also, I'm just back from travel. I'm not available. I want to try and not postpone it to February, because again, the school chakra will start for my kids and all the classes and pick up and drop. Now things are just kind of like picking up. So I want to see if 21st, Ushaji, 21st will not work. Even if you can't stay for the full thing, if you can just come. I know you would want, you're traveling, is it? 21st, the whole day you're traveling. Would the 20th work? Jan 20, would it work? Okay, would 20th work? I know I have to prepare for the exam, but I really want to do the chanting. 20th afternoon. No. The reason why I moved from December is because a few regular attendees were not available. Okay, we'll discuss it in the WhatsApp group. At least if the folks who are available, who come participate regularly, it's been like a 2-year sankalpa, right, that we have taken. So I want to see, though we can't accommodate everybody, at least the ones who attend regularly, I want to see if they can participate. Okay, so we'll table 21st Usha ji is not available. Dr. Usha is not available. So in which case we can do 20th. Okay, I will confirm. Let me check, and then we'll see what we'll need 3 to 4 hours, because I think because we are not used to chanting very fast, we won't be able to go in the usual speed when they do Sampurna Parayanam. Usually when they do Sampurna Parayanam, they do it like SPB singing without taking a moment of breath. So they do it so well. When anywhere you see Sampurna Parayanam, because you have to finish all the 18 chapters. We won't be able to do, because practice pannala. We will practice. We don't want to rush too much also. In fact, we will go at our pace. 3 to 4 hours we'll plan for this. I will message in the group. I think looks like 20th will work. I think Chitra ma'am said okay. 20th evening. I think so. Mama, Mami, Ninga. I'm just checking with the regular attendees. Malika Ka, Rajeshwari ji, Mahalakshmi ji, Sandhya Bagni, Sharda Bagni, Saroja auntie. Ningala, you respond in the group, and 2 days in the sense two Sampurna Parayanas. Is that what you're asking, Anu? Yeah, Maukikam is on 21st. So we can do the chanting on 20th. Split and do, I would prefer not to do that. Let's do the Sampurna Parayanam at one stretch. And I want to try and see if we can do it in Jan. Okay, Guru Kripa. We'll see how it goes. We'll end the class, and please listen to the Sampurna recording of Bhagavad Gita chapter 18. I'm still working on the individual splits. Everybody is so tied up. The usual people who help me with the video processing, who help me with the splits, all of them are tied up with Margari activities. Yeah, so 3 will work for you, I think, Sujata ji. I think we don't want to start too late. It'll go into the dinner time. So we'll do it at 3 on 20th. As of now, let me table it. I will just check and I will confirm. Okay. Okay. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Hari Om Tat Sat. Mahapariva Sharanam. Jai Jai Shankara. Hara Hara Shankara.